What's going on, guys? Bama's Outdoors back with you again today. It's Sunday and it's going to be hot. We've had a few days this past week where the temperature dropped a little, it cooled off, and we were able to catch a lot of fish. Actually, I caught a one that was over 8 pounds, almost 9 pounds, and I'll put a picture in this video so you guys can check it out. I just had to take a few days off from videoing and get back over to get on the water and kind of enjoy myself. Sometimes making videos, it can be a distraction to me sometimes, especially when it comes to my concentration and stuff when I'm fishing. So occasionally I just have to, put the cameras away and come out here and just enjoy myself without the camera. But I missed you guys, and so I wanted to take you along with me today. We're at a lake close to my place. We fished here several times before in videos, but we're out walking. We're going to do a little hike over to this one spot. I've caught several fish. But before we get started, guys, would you please reach up there and hit that subscribe button. Hit that little notification bell as well. That way you'll be aware of our videos as we put them out. That would mean a lot to us. Hit that thumbs up button. We'd be very grateful. And we may catch some fish today. We may not catch no fish today. It's like I said, it's gotten pretty hot. This is about 1 o'clock. So it's not actually the best time to be fishing. But I wanted to touch base with you guys and get out here today, do a little hiking, do a little fishing. So I hope you enjoy the video. Let's start doing some hiking. Thanks for watching, guys. All right. It's probably about, I don't know, a little over a quarter of a mile to get where we need to be. Maybe a little less than a quarter of a mile. But I really enjoy getting out here and walking some days. We actually spent a couple days this past week in the kayak, and it was a real good experience for me because, see, I don't have a depth finder on my kayak. So I've been fishing a couple of these lakes for quite a while, and I've just been having to experiment. Like today I have this shaky head on, and I've just been having to experiment using my anchor, moving here and there and trying to locate certain things, on the bottom, see where the depth changes. And I learned a lot about this lake the other day when I came here by myself. No cameras, no nothing. Fished for about 3 or 4 hours. And when we get back out in the kayak again, I know exactly where a couple big drop-offs are. And right before you get to those drop-offs, right up on the ledge, fish seem to like to stack up right there. At least they did the other day. But we're learning a lot more, which is good. Sometimes when you don't have a depth finder and you're trying to do this old school, it takes a while. So, so we're gonna go out on this little point, make some casts. I've taken y'all guys with me there before. We've caught a few fish, but like I said, it's pretty warm today. And maybe we get fortunate enough to catch 2 or 3. I hope so. It's really nice out. We're getting close, guys. Got one little stretch we've got to walk to get to where we're going to go. There's not a lot of places on this lake that you can actually access really well without a kayak, unless you just fish at the dam. And I have caught several fish at the dam. Like in a couple weeks, I think, probably, as the water starts cooling down, maybe a month, that fishing over at the dam will start getting a little bit better. But until then, there's only a handful of places you can really get access without a kayak, which makes it kind of a a struggle at times. I have tried to walk around the lake on the edge before, and I've managed to get a good distance, but man, there's so much underbrush. And normally when I get back home, I am absolutely destroyed by chiggers. I mean, from my ankles all the way up, and all the wrong places too. So I'm like, I like catching fish, but there's just something very unpleasant about having chiggers in certain areas. So we're gonna go where we're chigger free, and hopefully we'll catch a fish or two. It cooled off the other day to like, I don't know, man. It was like 74 degrees one day. The next day it was like 77. And then all of a sudden it just decided it was going to jump back up to like 87. But not complaining. We're outdoors, and that's what we love to do the most. And right around this corner up here, we should be to our spot. Oh, we made it. I see some geese. I have a feeling they're all going to take off, but we're going to come over here and see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 geese. I love geese, man. They're beautiful. I love them from a distance. I have almost been tore slap up from geese before. You ever had a geese chase you? They freaking mean business. Alright, we're gonna fish right over here and see what's up. Alright guys, this is what we're gonna start out with. This is just a regular zoom worm on this shaky head here. This has been doing pretty good for me here lately. If you've noticed, I am slowly moving away from the Ned rig. I have a wide variety of different baits that I can use on this shaky head today. Yesterday, this zoom worm did really well. I've got some baits from our friends over at Bass Ripper Baits, who has some pretty killer icicle baits. But then we have a whole backpack full of stuff. So let's start out with this one and see what happens. It's like 1:30. This is one of the times that most people would be like, you know, we're gonna go find some shade, go hide in a cove for a couple hours. I see some bait fish right over here. There's something about that spot. Every time I've come here since the last week or two, there's always been a couple little bait fish jumping right over there. So I'm gonna have to check that out my next trip over here in my kayak. I just can't quite cast that far. But there always seems to be a bait fish or two jumping over there. There is a drop off right there too, which may have something to do with it. There is a lot of grass right here. So you have to get pretty good ways out there to get out of that grass. I was probably, I don't know, goodness, I would say 50 yards, maybe even 70 yards out beyond this, fishing in open water the other day, which is something I don't do very often. I have a tendency to want to stay on the banks a lot and try to stay in the shade this time of year. But I hunkered down and anchored down out there and just started casting in the open water and caught several fish. Week, about Tuesday or Wednesday, when I came out here, all up and down this bank was absolutely just swarming with bait fish. I see a few little bait fish right there, but for the most part, there's very few of them, which is not a good sign. It may have something to do with the fact that the time that we're out here fishing, but then again, it's heat. Like I said, the temp has gone back up again. So this time of the year, I try to keep a good eye on where the bait fish are. And normally wherever the bait fish are, their bass are just within striking distance. But I believe this heat has pulled them back out a little bit into deeper water. Or they're somewhere on this lake, up in some shade line somewhere. Haven't had any bites, but this company's called Spot Sticker Baits. I've caught quite a few bass off of these baits. And I've got a few of these left, so I think we're going to try watermelon red flake and see what happens. They're a little bit smaller than the Zoom, which sometimes makes a big difference. So let's get one of those on. And see if we can't get a bite. Big fan of these bait holders. Just screw it on there like that. Most of you guys know that. Let me see if I can get it in there. Just twist it up on there. Makes it weedless for you. I always take my hook back to see how far it goes. And that'll be where I put my hook in. All right now. I kind of run the tip right up to the top, just so I know it's got an easy way out whenever it's time to cast. And when I go to set the hook, let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to get our backpack back on. I'm going to go back to the other side that I actually walked past to get over here. There's a little bit of shade line over there. The only bad thing about it is where the chiggers are. Gonna get eat up. Hopefully not. But on the other side, maybe we can catch a fish or two. I'm not going home until we catch at least one fish. So let's go over there and check. Well, we're not going home empty-handed, guys. Not a big fish, but either way, not getting skunked, and that's always good. I moved over to the other side, and I've been casting out, trying to stay in the shade because it's so hot. But nice little guy. I like the look of this spot when I came up on it. So maybe we can get one or two more. Well, guys, I've got a little bit more area to fish from the bank. We might be able to get one more, but it's been really slow today. I'm just glad that we caught one fish. There for a while, I was thinking we wouldn't catch anything. I'm not going to give up yet, but I do really want to say thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We would be very, very grateful if you could reach up there and hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, and hit that notification button for the little bell for future videos. We will be back out on the kayak this coming week. It's supposed to be 90 degrees again tomorrow. But when the temp starts getting in the low 80s and the high 70s pretty consistently, we're going to be pretty steadily putting videos out. We kind of got teased a little bit last week when the temperature dropped a little. The fish got a little active. We had a few days of some pretty good fishing. And it's jumped back up on us again, and man, it's hot. So if we catch another fish, guys, I'll make sure to put it in the video. You won't know if it's after or before me doing this little outro. But either way, if we get one, we will stick it in there. And again, I hope y'all guys will have a very blessed day. And as always, God bless, happy fishing, and keep casting. We'll see you again next time, guys. Thanks for watching.